Hi everybody, old Dynamite here, the maniacal maestro of the microphone and the voice of AKA, American Combat Alliance. We are here at the beautiful Paragon Casino in Marksville, Louisiana, as we gear up for AKA 44. And folks, we have got 2 championships to be decided here tonight. One will be the Amateur Bantamweight Championship, and fighting for that title tonight, standing next to me, is Mr. Brandon Taylor. They call you BT. Brandon, how you feeling?
Doing good, how are you?
Man, outstanding. So you come in with a fantastic amateur record, 4-1. You're representing a real tough, hard-hitting team, the 4-Ounce Fight Club. You guys coming in from H-Town. How was the drive up?
The drive was good. I slept most of the drive. Team was all together, so it was good. It was a good new drive.
And how was the camp this time? Any problems with your weight cut or anything? Everything went pretty smooth?
No, actually, this was actually one of my easiest weight cuts, because I got to go up 10 pounds, so that really bothered me to cut the weight, so yeah, it's all a part of the process, and I know the process.
So you feeling comfortable now that you're stepping up that 10 pounds into the weight class?
Yes, sir. I think that's where I should have been. I can make 25 where I was at flyweight, but I feel much more healthier at 35. It's not my first fight at 35, so it's another day, another office.
Outstanding. So anything particular you've been working on for this fight, maybe a certain hold or you got a go-to that you're looking for? Anything we're working on just for this fight in particular?
Having fun, I can't say too much. My opponent's good, but just been working. I would say just have fun the whole time and just reminding myself in the fight, just keep having fun. That's the most important.
All right, well, the game plan is G13 classified, but we're going to find out a little later on tonight as Brandon Taylor vies for the Amateur, a.k.a. Bantamweight Championship. Hi, everybody. Old Dynamite here with you one more time, and we're back to that Amateur Bantamweight Championship that's going to be decided here tonight. And standing next to me is the other half of that bout, Mr. Colton McElhinney. Colton is representing Revive Mixed Martial Arts and Jiu-Jitsu out of Vidor, Texas. So, Colton, you come in matching your opponent, a 4-1 amateur record. And, my man, you are just oozing aura and style. Your signature look is unmistakable. So, you coming in tonight, you've got a young and hungry fighter you're going against. Do you know much about your opponent? Have you done something training specifically just for him?
I don't know much about him. I watch his fights. I try to just work on what I'm going to do. I don't make game plans or anything. I'm just going to go do what I do every time. So I'm not really worried about what he does too much.
Just hammered down, running hard, loose, and free is Colton McElhinney. So, Colton, man, you guys at Revive are the hottest thing going right now. One of the newer gyms out right there out of Vidor, Texas. You guys are seeing success. Everywhere you go, we've seen several of you and your teammates get wins here in the AKA organization. How's that feel to be out here on the road with several of your fighter buddies, and now you're getting that championship opportunity?
Feels good. I'm so glad I got my whole team with me. All my boys are here. The boys I train with every day. We go to war every day, so it's nice that they get to come see me, let that work pay off. Plan on bringing that belt home, hanging it on the wall at the gym, so pretty excited about that.
Well, don't blink an eye on this one, ladies and gentlemen. It's got Show Stealer written all over it. Brandon Taylor takes on Colton McElhinney for the AKA Amateur Bantamweight Championship.
Still a little ways from the 4th of July, but I have a feeling there's about to be some fireworks at the Paragon.
Let's go. We're due for one, baby.
Gold is on the line between Taylor and McElhinney, scheduled for 5 rounds. McElhinney with a
shot from way out.
Way out there.
Nice snapping lead leg from BT.
McElhinney snaps one back out there himself, dealt with by Taylor. Taylor doing a good job staying out of range so far.
Such a good understanding of his range and his distance. BT just at the end of everything.
He's just seeing everything coming right now.
T finds its mark, yep. Low kick right after that.
Trying to change levels. Decent sprawl here by Taylor.
Seems as if Colton is wanting to get this fight to the ground. He's just not taking his time setting it up. Shooting from a little too far out, BT on the case.
Yeah, and you're not going to be able to take down a guy like Brandon Taylor from that far out. Too well trained, and he showed it right there with that sprawl. They did both exchange jabs a moment ago. There's a strong kick from Taylor. McElhinney answers.
Another low kick finds its mark. BT checks the kick that comes back.
And that hurts, man. When you get one of those kicks that are checked, that can certainly hurt you.
Little swiping hammer fist from Colton McElhinney. blood trickling from the eye of Colton. Body kick finds its mark.
Yeah, good kick to the body from Taylor. McElhinney had switched to southpaw for just a moment. Now we'll get some clinch game up against the cage.
Good head position here from Colton. Doing a good job of controlling the posture of Brandon Taylor. Colton really wants to get this fight to the ground.
Yeah, you can see that's been his game plan from the jump, but Brandon Taylor has dealt with everything so far, and once again finds himself back in the center of the cage on his feet.
Just doing everything correct as Colton enters and even is able to get a little momentum going. BT with a big right hand finds its mark.
Followed it up with a kick as well, and again deals with the takedown attempt from McElhinney. Inside 30 seconds to go in this opening round. McElhinney looking for a single leg.
This isn't a bad attempt here. McElhinney's head positioning not perfect. He scores the takedown. Beautiful stuff.
He's going to end up inside the guard here.
Colton McElhinney trying to get busy here inside the guard. Brandon Taylor doing a good job of keeping him tied up and stifling the offense.
Well, McElhinney had a big moment at the end there with that takedown, but it was Brandon Taylor who fended off about 4 or 5 takedown attempts and landed the bigger shots early on in the round. Great showing through the first 90% of that fight by Brandon Taylor. Final 10 seconds belonging to McElhinney, though.
Agreed. I think the biggest moment of the fight was definitely that big right hand that Brandon Taylor was able to turn over on McElhinney, but no doubt about it, both these guys are, this is a title-worthy fight. McElhinney able to score that takedown. Maybe not the best technique there, but it gets it done, gets in his guard, and is able to kind of stifle the round there at the end, makes it a much closer round.
Yeah, he did bring it back there at the end. I don't know if it's going to be enough to sway that round in favor of Colton McElhinney, but a good first round nonetheless for both of the fighters. And again, we're going 5 rounds this time. This is a 5-round fight with a championship belt on the line.
These 3-minute rounds just go so fast.
Indeed they do. Back to the action here in round number 2. We've had every single fight so far here tonight at AKA 44 finish before we made it to the end. No decisions on deck. Got a stoppage here. I'm guessing it was a low blow. And Bam Majub in there as your referee. And back to the action, says Bam Bam.
2 glove touch attempts, both missed.
McElhinney trying to shooting, but he was really high right there.
Little high. BT doing a good job of finding those underhooks and keeping himself upright. Good hook cross finds its mark. These are some better exchanges. Good right hand kind of knocks Brandon Taylor up back off his balance a little bit. Checking a lot of those calf kicks. He's really seeing it.
Yeah, one of the things I was about to say, Taylor's landing his calf kicks and he's checking McElhinney's calf kicks. That's certainly been one thing that stood out to me. 1 minute has ticked away here in round number 2. Another calf kick.
Sweeping left hook followed by a right kick up to the head. Attempted. Beautiful low kick by BT.
Taylor's just got his eyes wide open. He's seeing everything coming his way right now.
Balanced and good control of his range.
McElhinney going back orthodox, shooting once again. Underhook there for Brandon Taylor, and once again he fights off a takedown attempt.
Big low kick. Those are going to add up.
And he followed it up that time. That was a beautiful sequence.
I think that leg is somewhat compromised. But after that low kick finds its mark, Colton McElhinney has his best moment of the fight.
Yeah, he's got the leg once again. Taylor lets go with the head or the neck, and McElhinney's going to end up in half guard.
Good gamesmanship there by Colton McElhinney. Definitely getting his leg eaten up a little bit and says, you know what, let's not do this stand-up stuff anymore. I'm going to come score this takedown.
Second takedown of the fight for Colton McElhinney.
Colton using a can opener, trying to get the guard open there. BT once again just doing a good job defensively. Not really, good triangle attempt here.
He's got it thrown up. Let's see if he's able to lock it up.
Colton McElhinney needs to find his posture here. If he keeps his head low, he'll give Brandon Taylor an opportunity to find this triangle finish. Colton doing a good job, though, of keeping his shoulders wide, not letting the triangle bite completely down. That's tighter. That's a better triangle attempt there. Still not in a perfect position.
I don't think he's going to be able to finish this one in the next 10 seconds. McElhinney's going to be able to pop his head out. And
pops his head out, almost passes the guard. Brandon Taylor able to reestablish half guard. Good hammer fist there from Colton McElhinney.
Inside 10 seconds to go in round number 2. Great moments at the end of this second round for Colton McElhinney. But you mentioned it, ate a couple of big calf kicks. Look, there was one sequence, it was calf kick, right hand, calf kick, and all 3 of them landed, and right after that is whenever it felt like McElhinney was desperate, I would say, for a takedown, but he got it, Matt.
Was able to score the takedown right here, runs the single leg. Just able to put BT on his butt, pass all the way to half guard. But yeah, Brandon Taylor really putting in work with that low kick, and they're finding their mark, and they're super clean, and they're eating that leg up. Colton McElhinney has to be aware of that. He needs to either check it or step on it. Can't be in between, can't get caught at the end of another of those low kicks, because I truly feel that Colton McElhinney's lead leg is a little compromised.
We saw him switch southpaw very briefly. I don't know how comfortable he is fighting southpaw, but you can see it from here. There's a huge welt on the back of that knee, I would say, really more than anything. For Colton McElhinney, he has been getting that lead leg chewed up, and he does come out in a southpaw stance.
Lead hand hammer fist kind of worked there.
Ooh, both
big
guys.
Right hook. This is better work from Colton, fighting from the southpaw stance. I think it's taken a second for Brandon to read it.
Brandon's going to switch to southpaw as well, and now he's going to attack that lead leg.
Might as well.
Teat right up the middle. Taylor's kicks have been so crisp the entire night.
They just snap off, and you know they're doing damage.
He says, all right, you're going to go southpaw. I'll hurt that right leg. Now back on the left leg as McElhinney switches orthodox. And there it is once again. Taylor just staying out of range of anything very dangerous. As we mentioned pre-fight, both guys had the exact same reach. McElhinney is 2 inches taller, but he is getting that lead leg chewed up. Both legs have taken damage.
How do you deal with a taller opponent? You chop him down like a tree.
Take 2 inches off his legs, making the same height as you.
I am interested to know what the judges' scorecards look like. Obviously, it's been pretty back and forth as far as scoring positions go, but it's painstakingly obvious every time Brandon Taylor lands a strike, really has something on it.
Couple of excuse me, fists to the side of the head there for Taylor, a couple more as well. And he works his way back to his feet.
Colton got to be careful, just kind of standing up, not in a very fundamental way. Got to stand up in base, keep yourself protected. Big low kick again.
Oh, that's a big right hand. Followed up with the left. McElhinney looks injured.
McElhinney is tough as they come, though. No quit in him, just waiting forward.
Continues to come forward. 30 seconds to go here in round number 3, but that lead leg is taking serious damage.
Able to score that takedown there again. I mean, last 30 seconds of the round, Brandon Taylor doing such good work.
I think that one just surprised him a little bit.
Sure.
It was a little bit lazy, and he shot from outside, but it worked out that time for McElhinney. And once again, at the end of the round, he's going to end up on top and inside the guard of Brandon Taylor.
Looks like McElhinney's really bleeding. I'm not sure from where. Looks like from the nose. Flips up another triangle attempt here.
I don't think he's going to have enough time to complete this one either. And we're going to be headed to a 4th round. It'll be the first time for either of these fighters that they have headed into championship round territory, and we have a championship fight on our hands here at AKA 44. Matt, it was another round that was almost the same thing. When they're in the center of the octagon, Brandon Taylor's dominating this fight. He's quicker. You can tell he has the better weapons on the feet, but McElhinney able to come up with another takedown late.
Yeah, you got shout out to McElhinney for just being tough and not giving up and just fighting tooth and nail to try to get it done. He needs a little more though in this round. In my eyes, yeah, Brandon Taylor just so dynamic. I think that kick flipped up and hit him in the forehead, and that's what caused the cut.
And then that left hand that followed up really looked like it stunned McElhinney. Tough as nails, though, is Colton McElhinney still standing in there.
What a stud.
And up off the stool, ready to go for round number 4.
And you got to know, these are the types of fights that shape these guys' futures as well. No matter the outcome here, Colton McElhinney definitely getting better. I think Brandon Taylor definitely in control of this fight thus far.
Yes.
Both guys bringing the best out of each other.
There was a good jab to open up the round from Brandon Taylor, and then he was back out of range as McElhinney fired a shot.
Those low kicks are just so devastating.
I think McElhinney's just going to have to tough it out because that lead leg is certainly chewed up.
Tough it out, he can do.
Another
Snap
stiff
and
jab.
Again, scoring that takedown, just almost shooting so far out, kind of throwing Brandon Taylor off a little bit. Head on the mat, he's tired.
Let's see if Taylor can take advantage. McElhinney's given a lot here. And Taylor landed one big shot.
Knee to the body, that hurt. That hurt Colton.
That did not feel good. Taylor dropping bombs now.
This might be the beginning of the end for this one.
It certainly could be. We've had 7 finishes tonight. Do we have another one on the way? Brandon Taylor trying to find the finishing moments. McElhinney hasn't offered up much here.
Looks like Bam Bam's close to stepping in on
big
this
shot.
one.
A couple more of those, and this one's going to be over, Matt. There it is.
That's the fight.
I think that's a good stoppage. McElhinney ate some big shots. He's clearly gassed as well. Bleeding from the nose, it makes it that much tougher to, get your wind back, get that second win, especially when you're dealing with a guy like Brandon Taylor, who is now your AKA amateur bantamweight champion, and he gets it done with a finish in round number 4. What a showing by Brandon Taylor.
What a showing by Brandon Taylor. Absolute toughness from Colton McElhinney. You know he'll be back. Beautiful stuff. Beautiful work. Brandon Taylor just so dynamic. Everything he lands just with meaning. Smooth.
It's
calculated.
And it's not just that he was landing the shots. He dealt with so many takedown attempts early on, some great sprawls. You could see he's a complete fighter. He's got everything in the tool bag. And there's a great effort on the other side from Colton McElhinney. But McElhinney maybe a little bit overmatched against a very, very talented Brandon Taylor.
Ladies and gentlemen, our referee has called a stoppage to the action at 1 minute 17 seconds in round number 4, declaring a winner and new AKA amateur bantamweight champion, Brandon B.T. Taylor.
So there you have it, Brandon Taylor, now your amateur bantamweight champion. Gets it done in the 4th round. That's 8 fights. That's 8 finishes. What a job by our matchmaker, Matt Schnell, giving us some bangers here tonight at AKA 44. You got to be feeling pretty good about this card, Matt.
I've never been in a position where I was hoping for a decision, but I kind of find myself here. Nothing but a bunch of bangers, bunch of great finishes. Definitely happy. Yesterday I made a video about us watching, telling people, listen, these are tomorrow's stars. I think when you look at Brandon Taylor, you are looking at a star of tomorrow, a guy from a great gym, a full, complete skill set, dynamic. What a stud, what a champion, beautiful performance. And I'm sure Colton McElhinney will come back with a vengeance.
Oh, indeed he will. Look, this not to take anything away from McElhinney. He was game here tonight. Had some good moments too. Showed off his, the takedowns, but he really couldn't find anything on the feet. Every single time Taylor was out of range. And then I think once he got McElhinney had the lead leg compromised, he was just in too deep of waters to deal with everything that Brandon Taylor had to offer. And in the end, it is Brandon Taylor who will have the belt wrapped around his waist as he walks out of here tonight from the Paragon Casino and Resort.